Hello students, hope you all are fine and safe. We were discussing about our chapter number 9, our forest, right? Where we have discussed how the forest they play very important role, how they are very useful and how we all are destroying our forest. Our activities are destroying our forest, right? So we have seen, but there are many people who have worked day and night, who have sacrificed their lives to protect these forests, right? So we have seen how the protests were taken, how the Chipko movement, that is Chipko Andolan, reached to the great success because of the contribution of the local people, right? If we talk about the sacred groves, sacred groves, they are the forest areas that has been totally considered as sacred by the local people, right? Or we can say local communities. Now sacred means what? Pavitra. So any particular forest, they have considered that as to pavitra, and even the villagers are not allowed to cut any of the tree in that forest, but they can just survive with the uh, dead and dry wood, or we can say dead and dry twigs, or the broken branches of the trees, or the wood that is available from the forest, right? But they are not supposed to cut these trees because they are considered very sacred, very pavitra. Okay. And if you talk about the some states like Himachal Pradesh, Maharashtra, Kerala and Meghalaya, there the people very much believe in the purity of these trees, right? And if we see the trees like peepal, tulsi, rudraksh, bel, ashok, then we have banyan and kadam. These are some of the trees. They have very much religious values. They are considered as very sacred. Even we use them during some of our religious works or religious puja and all. We use these plants. If you know, every Hindu used to have one tulsi plant because we feel that these plants are very sacred, and if we will have that feeling, then we will never destroy any plant on our own. Any tree we will not harm on our own. So maybe for that reasons also the people, they have labeled some of the trees as sacred, and they are not allowed, we are not allowed, or nobody is allowed to cut down those trees, right? Then if we talk about the role of the government, then after these movements and andolans, the governments have really understood, realized the importance of the local people, and especially they have realized that race, the tribals are really very much considered about the well-being of the forests. They are really working very hard to protect the forests, right? For that, government has taken some of the steps, like government has created some reserved forest and sanctuaries that are much where the cutting of the trees are not at all permitted, and if anybody is found doing this illegal activity, then that is a punishable act, right? So many people, they used to still cut the trees, but government has become very strict regarding the cutting of the trees, because they have totally banned the cutting of the trees in the particular areas, in the particular forests, and if anybody is found doing these works illegally, then definitely they will get punished, right? And the government has created 18 biospheres, that means the protected areas that are much larger than these centuries, right? So if we name some of them, then we have the Nanda Devi, then Sundarbans, then Kutch, then we have Nilgiri Hills, like that, even the Pachmadi Hills. So there are many forest areas that have been that have been under the control of the government, and government is taking all the care to protect these forests, right, so that nobody can do any illegal hunting. So there are 18 biospheres with the different names in the different states, where the local state government is taking the initiative to protect these trees, right. Now if you see, then we should value the trees and plants in our city. As a citizen, it is our responsibility also to take care of the plants and trees in our locality. So we can also plant the trees in different occasions. Same way, we celebrate one Mahotsava, right. It is a special day where some lakhs of trees are planted all over the India, right. So one day we are dedicating for the trees, we are planting new saplings, so that one day we can also live in a green environment, in a clean environment. Then there are some other responsibilities also, like we should reduce the use of the resources. That means, like I told you earlier also, for making paper, many trees are cut down, right. So it is our responsibility to reduce the use of the paper, so that very less trees can be cut down, right. So that is our responsibility to act. So we can take some initiatives, like if you see China, they are already working to produce the pulp to make the paper, not from the tree but from some other plants, like from wheat and other plants, so that if you see sugarcane and all, from the pulp of these trees, they are trying to make the paper, and they have already started using those papers, so that they won't feel the need to cut down the plants. And if you talk about India also, then India is also trying to implement this technology. Very soon we will be having new type of paper, so that we no need to cut down the trees, right. Then if you see, then the villagers are mostly encouraged to use gobar gas. That means gobar means the cow dung. So from the cow dung cakes they can produce the gas, that is called gobar gas. So villagers are encouraged to use, instead of using the wood for their fireworks, firewood and all, right. So that they won't need the wood to for cooking purpose or for any other purpose, and they won't need to harm the trees, they won't need to cut down the trees or to go into the forest in search of the wood and all. So if they will use the cow dungs that are very easily available through their cattle like cows and buffaloes, and they can use this cow dung cakes, okay, that to make the gas, that is gobar gas. And even not only the cow dung cakes, even whatever the crop pulps or crop wastes comes, they dump everything in the big furnace, and they burn that, and whatever comes out, that is called the gobar gas, right. So gobar gas doesn't mean only from that cow dung cakes. Many times they put the waste from the crops and all in the big tank, and they burn that, and whatever the gas is coming out, they use that for cooking purpose and for some other purposes. So students, we have seen that how these plants and trees plays very important role in our life. And if we talk about the responsibility, then not only the government, even we are also responsible for the well-being of these trees, and we should understand the value of these trees. We should realize the importance of these trees, and we should get some lesson from the tribals who are always there to protect their trees, always there to make these trees as their friends. So the way you always fight for our friends, these tribals are always giving importance to their trees, their forests, and always ready to fight for them. Same way, we should not think even to harm our trees. Better trees, they make the environment neat and clean, and it is our responsibility to keep our environment always green and clean, so that we can also live a healthy life, a fresh life. We can also breathe fresh oxygen, there should not be any pollution. We know trees, they are so important, they give us shade, they give us fruits and vegetables, and all other things. Then they give us the wood for the furniture, they give us the shade, they are the homes of many animals. So these trees that play so important role in our life. They even control the pollution, right? So we know the carbon dioxide that is released through the factories, through the vehicles in the form of smoke, and the trees, they absorb this carbon dioxide and give us oxygen. So it is very important in our part to maintain the balance in the nature and to grow more and more trees and not to cut down the trees. We should inspire ourselves and others also, right? So hope you have understood the chapter. Trees are our friends. Take care of the trees in our environment. Bye. Have a nice day.